Right now, thousands of Canadian seniors are standing in security lines they don't have to stand in. They're paying baggage fees they don't have to pay, and they're boarding planes last when they have every right to board first. Why? Because nobody tells them these perks exist. Airlines and airports aren't required to advertise this stuff. It's buried in policy pages, accessibility manuals, and government transportation rules that most people never read. But once you know the 7 things I'm about to walk you through, you will never fly the same way again, and neither will the people you tell about this. Stick with me to the end, because perk number 5 is the one almost nobody uses, and it can save you the most stress at the airport. Here's the truth. Air travel gets harder on the body as we get older. Long security lines, heavy bags, tight boarding windows, none of that was designed with a 68 or 78-year-old in mind. But Canada's aviation rules actually do account for this. The Canadian Transportation Agency and CATSA, that's the Canadian Air Transport Security Authority, have built real accommodations into the system. Airlines like Air Canada and WestJet have policies that go further than most people realize. The catch is, almost all of these perks are opt-in. You have to know they exist, and you have to ask. So let's go through them, one at a time. What it is, what it's actually worth to you, and exactly how to get it. Number 1. The Family and Accessible Screening Line. What is it? At Canada's busiest airports, there's a separate security line built for people who need more time or more room, bigger scanning equipment, and officers trained to slow down and help, not rush you through. What is it worth? On a busy travel day, this can save you 20 to 40 minutes of standing, and it removes the stress of feeling rushed while you're unloading a carry-on, a cane, or a keypap machine. How do you get it? When you reach the checkpoint, look for it. It's marked, and you'll often see staff wearing blue vests that say "Need help." If you don't see the line marked, just tell any screening officer you need extra time or assistance. You don't need a doctor's note, you don't need to prove anything, you just ask. Now you might be thinking, isn't this just for people in wheelchairs? I can walk fine. That's exactly what the airlines are hoping you'll assume. These lines exist for anyone who needs more time or support, and needing a little more time getting through a checkpoint at 70 is completely normal. This isn't charity, it's a service you already qualify for. Number 2, pre-boarding, ahead of general boarding. What is it? Most Canadian airlines allow passengers who request mobility assistance to board before the main group, before families, before elite status members, before everyone else. What is it worth? This one is bigger than people think. It means you get a seat, you get to store your bag properly in the overhead bin before it fills up, and you're not being jostled or rushed down a narrow aisle by a line of impatient travelers behind you. How do you get it? When you book your flight, or any time before departure through the airline's Manage My Booking tool, select the option for mobility assistance or request pre-boarding. On WestJet and Air Canada, you can flag this even a few hours before your flight. Once it's on your reservation, you'll be called to board with the first group. Number 3, free transport of your wheelchair, walker, or scooter beyond your baggage allowance. What is it? If you travel with a wheelchair, scooter, walker, or cane, both Air Canada and WestJet carry it for free, not as part of your baggage limit, in addition to it. What is it worth? A standard checked bag fee in Canada can run anywhere from $30 to over $100 depending on the airline and route. Your mobility aid doesn't count against that limit, and it doesn't get charged a cent, whether it goes in the cabin or the cargo hold. How do you get it? Tell the airline when you book, or add it under special assistance in your reservation. If it's a battery-powered scooter or wheelchair, you may need to fill out a short handling form. The airline will provide it, either online in advance or at the counter. You might be wondering, why hasn't my travel agent or the airline counter ever mentioned this to me? Simple. Airlines make money on baggage fees. There's no incentive for the person at the counter to volunteer that your walker travels free. That's on you to ask, and now you know to ask. Number 4, medically necessary items are exempt from the 100 milliliter liquid rule. What is it? Everyone knows the rule. Liquids in carry-on bags are capped at 100 milliliters. But prescription medications and essential non-prescription medications are exempt from that limit entirely in Canada. What is it worth? This matters more than people realize. If you carry insulin, eye drops, heart medication, or any liquid medical supply in larger quantities, you are allowed to bring it through security without cramming it into a tiny bottle or leaving it behind. How do you get it? You don't need special paperwork for most medications, but it's smart to keep them in their original labeled packaging and mention them to the screening officer before your bags go through the X-ray. They do not need to go in your clear plastic liquids bag. Number 5. The one I told you about at the start. screening together with a support person or travel companion. What is it? If you travel with someone helping you, a spouse, a family member, a friend, CATSA is required to make every reasonable effort to screen you and your support person at the same time, together. What is it worth? Anyone who's been separated from a travel companion at security knows the panic of losing sight of the person helping you find your gate. This perk keeps you together through the entire screening process, so you're never navigating an unfamiliar airport alone at a stressful moment. How do you get it? Let the screening officer know, before you enter the line, that the person with you is your support person. This is a right under Canadian accessibility transportation rules, not a favor they're doing you. Some of you are asking, is this even legal, or am I going to hold up the line and get dirty looks? It's not just legal, it's federally protected. The Canadian Transportation Agency enforces accessibility standards across every airline and airport in this country. You are not inconveniencing anyone. You are using a system that was built, on purpose, for exactly this. Number 6. An alternative to the metal detector and body scanner, if you can't use one. What is it? If you're unable to safely walk through the walk-through metal detector or stand in the full body scanner, say because of a hip replacement, a pacemaker, or balance issues, CATSA offers alternatives. That includes a handheld metal detector screening or a non-metallic cane loaned to you specifically to help you walk through safely. What is it worth? This removes one of the most physically stressful parts of the airport experience for seniors with joint replacements or mobility issues. No need to force yourself through equipment your body isn't comfortable with. How do you get it? Simply tell the screening officer before you're screened. You do not need to disclose your specific medical condition if you're not comfortable doing so. Just say you need an alternative screening method. Number 7. The accessible information booklet and the option of a private screening room. What is it? For travelers who are blind, have low vision, or simply find the checkpoint signage confusing or overwhelming, CATSA offers a printed booklet in Braille, large print, and raised text that explains exactly what's happening at each step. And if you'd simply prefer privacy during additional screening, you can request a private room instead of being screened in public view. What is it worth? Dignity. That's really what this comes down to. Nobody should feel confused, exposed, or rushed at security, and this perk exists specifically so you don't have to. How do you get it? Ask any screening officer for the accessible booklet, or ask to be moved to a private screening room if you require additional screening. Both are available on request at every Canadian airport screening checkpoint. Let's recap what you now know that most travelers your age don't. You can use the family and accessible line to save time. You can pre-board so you're never rushed. Your mobility aid flies free, above your baggage limit. Your medications aren't capped at 100 milliliters. You and your support person get screened together. You have the right to skip equipment you're not comfortable using, and you can request printed materials or a private room, no questions asked. None of this required a doctor's note. None of this required proof of age. It required exactly one thing, asking. Here's what I want you to do. The next time you or someone you love is booking a flight, add request mobility assistance to that reservation, even if you think you don't need it. It costs nothing, and it opens every one of these doors at once. If this saved you money or stress, tell someone who's flying soon. This is the kind of thing that should be common knowledge, and right now, it isn't. Subscribe, because next week I'm covering the airport perk almost nobody in Canada uses that could save you on parking every single trip.